there, and welcome back to Next Good Thing, a channel where I help you do stuff. I'm filming before work again. This week, I wanted to talk to you about socializing and making new friends. It's a lot easier for some people than others, and that's totally fine. Some people are more introverted and have trouble making an initial connection with a new person. It can seem really overwhelming, but don't worry, I'm here to help. Now, not every place where you're going to be socializing and meeting new people will necessarily be the exact same thing, and some strategies might work better than others for making that initial connection with someone in different situations. So I'll address each of those situations separately over time, but today I wanted to talk to you about how to socialize at parties. The reason I'm starting with this one is because this is a really common situation where people have to make connections with and socialize and network with a whole bunch of other people. And the basic steps of this carry forward to most other social situations, so you can apply this to things that aren't parties. So what's the benefit to socializing at parties instead of standing around and, petting a dog that might be there or, getting snacks from the refreshments table or whatever? Well, the thing is, the more you know about socializing in situations like a party atmosphere, the less awkward you'll feel in new situations. So with that in mind, let's move on to step 1. Step 1 is to find one person with one thing that you find interesting. This step involves being a good listener and a good observer. It can be really overwhelming if you're looking out into a sea of people at a party and you don't really know who to talk to, and you can sort of start to psych yourself out and then not want to talk to anyone at all. Instead, be a good listener, be a good observer. Listen for someone who mentions your favorite TV show or is talking about how much they love their dog. Just one point of connection. So instead of looking out into the sea of people and feeling overwhelmed, keep your eyes and ears open and listen for someone who is talking about a TV show that you love, or is talking about something going on in the office that you find interesting. Whatever it is, everyone at that party is just a person just like you, and they have interests and lives just like you. Finding one person with something that you can relate to about them will really help you feel a lot more at ease at the party and give you a little bit more direction. Now let's move on to step 2. So this step is to give someone a general compliment or ask a non-prying question. Now the thing I'd recommend the most is following up on something that you heard someone say. So what that means is you walk over to the person who you found interesting in some way. For instance, if you heard them talking about your favorite TV show, you can always say, "Oh, I really love that show. Are you all caught up?" Or if the person who you found interesting was just in a visual way, like you liked their style or their hair, you can always walk up to that person and be like, "Hi, I really love your hair. Where'd you get it done?" Try to find a way to slip into the conversation in a way that isn't shoving yourself in there, but just sort of following on with the natural flow of conversation. And if you're really having trouble locating someone who you find interesting or you have that kind of connection with, go to someone who looks friendly and say, "Hi, I'm whatever your name is," and ask them, "Hey, how do you know the person throwing this party?" Try to remember that you're all at this party because a person or organization with whom you're all familiar knows you. So you at the very least have that in common. Paying someone a general compliment or asking a non-prying question in this way really shows that you are attentive and a good listener and you're interested in what people have to say. Okay, good work so far. Now let's move on to step 3. Step 3 is to offer some information up about yourself. If it's a work event, you can say, "Oh, hi, I haven't really seen you around the office. I work in X department. What about you?" Or if you're talking with someone about your favorite show, you can say, "Oh my gosh, that's my favorite show too. I really like this character." This step is important for both you and the person you're talking to. For the person you're talking to, sharing a little bit of light information about yourself shows that you're open and friendly, but it also helps to study you too. Remember, you're an expert in yourself. You know all the information that's important backwards and forwards. So talking about yourself, you don't feel the same sort of struggle to keep up with the conversation in the same way if everyone's talking about a book you haven't read. And you can use a little nugget of information about yourself to sort of put yourself at ease. It's not a topic that you're going to have to struggle to think about something for. And it really does help a person get to know you a bit better. That's all a conversation really is. It's a give and take. of information about you and another person and a shared interest. And that should be enough to sort of get the ball rolling and see how the conversation develops on its own from there. Now, let's move on to the bonus round. The bonus round is to switch it up. Conversations aren't meant to last forever, especially at parties. And if you run out of things to talk about with the person, that's okay. You can always excuse yourself politely and repeat any of these steps with another person or group of people. I know it can be tempting to sort of find one person at a party who you can talk to and stay with them the whole time. And if you find someone and you both hit it off really well, then that's great. But a lot of the times at a party, it's trial and error. And you might have a great conversation with someone at first and then it sort of fizzles, and that's totally okay. So for this step, just repeat the steps that we already went through with a new person or group of people. And those are really all the steps I have for you guys today. Socializing at parties is something that really stresses a lot of people out, but it doesn't have to be overwhelming. Just break it down into those really easy, manageable steps, and you'll be fine. And of course, don't feel like you have to be married to these steps. These steps are just here to help you get started. If you wind up giving a piece of information about yourself before asking someone else about themselves, that's okay. This isn't a prescriptive set of rules. This is just a guide to help you get the ball rolling on meeting new people. So breathe in, relax. You got this. So that's all I have for you this week, guys. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And please leave me a note in the comments below about what kinds of things you want broken down into smaller steps. I release new videos every Wednesday. And, as always, I believe in you!